And just the short quali here, people need to get their laps in as soon as possible, and as you can see we have a pretty full grid here, and looks like De Silva's managed to get into a car, and so there we go. Just a little problem getting the Twitch up and running, as I had the wrong account logged in, and now we're all going. Hopefully you can all see what's going on, and we are live. Yes, I can confirm that we are live, and here we are. So Luke Smith is currently sat in P1, and Bong Ai Rai in 2. Hopefully everything is going well in let's just jump on board. It is going, so I believe it's just a name glitch that says Lewis Hamilton in the Williams. Very funny indeed, and I believe it is Adrian, or Adroso, or whatever his name, gamer tag is. So we've got a few cars doing some interesting things. Rod with a very interesting route around the corners. Don't go too fast or you'll end up in the wall. And it's Zach spinning out there. Hernan's wet coming around the corner. hopefully we've got some people watching. Sorry, I was just doing a bit of admin. 7 people, that's good. And probably some of you driving. Not telling me too much about who's watching. A few of you, yeah. Okay, so a few people on a lap, most people coming in, I think, and some people still looking to make some do some flying laps. Still says Lewis Hamilton. There we go. Finally, it switched to the correct name. And Adarose. I'm going to call him Adarose. Knock Chai there. It's a bit of a naughty way to get to the pit lane. So, where are we going? Adarose still needs to put a lap in. Meme Master also needs to get a lap in. We don't have the track map up, so we'll get that up. Somebody going for the medium tires there. Very brave there, FG Marvin. So Yanan's wet with a 28.894, doing very well there indeed. Luke Smith a 129.5, Bong IRI 129.9. Oh, Meme Master there, jumping into P3 with a 129.756. Very good job indeed. Rob for pole. Down in 14th, and he could be way up there in 5th if he had stuck a good lap in. Hugh Jordan there, 16. Ah, huge Ardon. Yes, I get it now. I get it. Not shy on an invalidated lap. Unfortunately, we've got a yellow flag in sector 3, which blocks the timer. So I don't see how long's left in the session. 2 minutes, so he's still got time to get around and do a new lap. FGU Marvin on a lap on the mediums. Can he get himself up there on the mediums? He should be looking for a 130. He should be able to get at least up into the early teens, I would have thought, as long as he doesn't do too much of the power sliding. And we've got some more yellow flags around the circuit as people try and get out of the way of each other. So a few drivers that still need to set a time. Not Chai here, coming around the back end of the circuit, really looking to set a decent time. Oh, and FG Marvin is on an invalidated lap at the moment on the medium, so you probably be starting at the back anyway. Mediums, you'll be struggling to get yourself up there anyway, so it would have been better just to knock in a good P11 lap time and then start on the mediums anyway. That would have been the best way of doing it. Hits the DRS then, still has time for one last lap as he comes across the line with 3, 4, 5 seconds to spare. Down into the first corner we go, and Nok Chai manages to get himself into P4, P3 even, with a 1:29.6. Adaros there not managing to complete a lap and just missing out on being able to start a new lap. So FGE Marvin, the only guy here who's looking to set a time, not going too well for him at the moment as he's trying to cling to the road on these medium tyres. He isn't going to be able to do anything, and that strategy of going onto the mediums really not paying off in short qualifying, not really the one you want to be going for. So he's not going to be improving. Captain Muley is on an invalidated lap, he's not going to be improving. Chrissy 304, what can he do? Coming round the corner, round the final corner he comes. Keep it nice and straight on the left hand side, don't cut over the track. Keep it nice and straight, full beans ahead. Jumps to P6 with a 1:30.027. Nok Chai and Luke Smith here. Not really much need to try and improve. You have got P2 and 3. Your Nan's wet all the way up there. 6.5 tenths clear of P2, which is pretty bonkers. So expect him to be bumped up to Div 2 as soon as possible. Look at Smith coming into the pits, as is Nok Chai. So that's it for qualifying. Your P1 is your Nan's Wet, P2 Lukac Smith, P3 Nok Chai, P4 Bongai Rai, 5th Meme Master, 6th Chrissy, 7 Tropper, De Silva in 8th, it's Zach in 9th, Rapid Sausage starting in 10th, Linguine in 11th, Captain Muley 12th, Assassin Ghost 13th, Freshly Unique 14th, Rob for Poland 15th, Frowning Cobra in 16th, Hugh Jardon in 17, Broad for 18, FG Marvin 19, and Adaros starting in 20th. 1, 2, 1, 2. 2, 1, 2. It seems to be working for me and working for the people that are watching. Oh, where's the formation lap? Oh. Where's the formation lap? Did I forget to put the formation lap? I forgot to put the formation lap on. So away we go. And into the first corner we go. Yunan's Wet holding out in front. Lukac Smith in second. Not shy. Meme Master dropping out there. Must have contact right at the beginning. And he's out on turn 1, Captain Muley. Up we go around the first couple of corners. So we've got a safety car, I believe. So a few people already picking up some penalties, and it'll be 5 seconds, I would have thought. Yep, for bashing into each other. And this certainly isn't going to be any easier with them all going nose to tail behind. It looks like it's just a VSC. It's not coming up. There's a bit of a glitch that's stopping us from seeing what kind of yellow we're having, but it looks like it's a VSC as there's no safety car coming out. Brown and Cobra there going slowly at the back end. And another 5-second penalty there for De Silva, severe collision with Tropper. Bunch of drivers into the pits. Yunan's Wet with a drive through there. Must have been speeding under the safety car. Not the safety car, speeding under VSC. When it ended, he would have been in the red on his Delta. Don't know quite what he was thinking, trying to go up the inside of the car there. Dropper here in 4th. As Yonanswet comes into the pits, probably to serve as drive-through, as it has just disappeared off the graphic. So he'll be coming through. Where he comes out, we shall see. As De Silva really doing well here, sat in 5th, does have the 5-second penalty, but still doing very well for the Div 4 driver. Carisi coming up the main straight, gets out ahead of, stays out ahead of Yonanswet. Yonanswet still just coming out now. Hugh Jardon coming round now. Side by side through turn 2, never a good idea. So Yonanswet just keeping ahead there, using the RS. He's going to try and dive down the inside here. No, manages to keep his nose clean. So Broad in behind, in the other Red Bull, in behind Hugh Jardon. That name is going to be very difficult to say. Tropper here, within, on the back of Bongai Rai. 3-second time penalty for Freshly Unique there, down in 14th. Tropper in behind Bongai Rai. Coming around, needs to brake nicely here, staying behind him. Further back, Broad on the back of Hugh Jardon. And really looking to get past Bongai Rai. Oh, and he's lost it. Bongai Rai is off. Was there any contact there? Chrissy gets past Bongai Rai. Yonanswet will be looking to make use of this. So we got 5-second penalty. And Bongai Rai span it. As Yonanswet just says, thank you very much. Bongai Rai dropping like a fly. Is he just going to give up and go in the pits? Is that where he's going to go? I would stick on a fresh set of wheels and get going. As Hugh Jardon is also into the pits, so Bongai Rai in behind him. As Rob Frapole gets past Broad. Go on, Rob. Broad looking to come back. Assassin goes with the 8 seconds of penalties, looking to go up the inside. It's not worth it, bud. Keep your nose clean. So Broad gets 3 seconds, Captain Muley also 3 seconds there. Assassin Ghost just needs to keep nice and clean. They all have DRS on each other now. What kind of carnage will we see as Nokchai gets past Linguine? Coming down into the chicane now, Broad trying to keep Assassin Ghost off the back of him. Assassin Ghost gets up alongside, getting pushed out a bit here by Broad. Assassin Ghost, oh wow, oh yeah, no, that was never going to end well. And that was Broad there, that was up the outside. And now we have a safety car, so box for all you that are on older tyres. If you've just stuck new tyres on, stay on them. In fact, pretty much everybody just needs to stay on the tyres they've got, because 3 laps is not really worth boxing for a safety car. But nevertheless, everybody's done it, so pretty much everybody into the pits to put on fresh tyres. Not really worth it. Rob Frapole knows it for sure. He's up in P1, medium tyres, 4 laps. That's where you want to be. Adarose is into 4th. Yonanswet has dropped down a bit as he had his drive through, and he's working his way back up again. FG Marvin's out as well. Oh, and Lukac Smith's gone as well. Not quite sure what happened there. Bunguin. Ah, no. He's just pulled off to the right hand side there. Exact coming out of the pits. So we're still under safety car. Rob for pole in P1. Then you've got Tropper right in behind him with the fresh softs. Oh, and he bumps him up the bump. Oh, that's never any good. Does he have any damage? Let's have a look. We've got 5-second penalties being handed out further back to Silva. Just in behind him, fourth has picked up a 5-second there. There's a little bit of a concertina effect as it goes again. Oh dear. Stop hitting people up the rear. It's not good. And this just makes it worse for the people behind as they all stop and start hitting each other. You really got to be careful, guys, under safety car, not to hit it's all carnage. Yeah, Assassin Ghost, if you're watching, if you're there, I think you're there. That was, yeah, you're there. That was a bit of an interesting corner. The two of you side by side, all the way through the corner, and like, it's hard to tell who's at fault because obviously you both just held your lines. But eventually, once you get to the exit curb, you know. You end up going into the side of them, and once the wheels interlock, then it just kicks the cars out in a funky direction. So yeah, I wouldn't be too hard on yourself or too hard on the other person. It's just a bit of a weird corner to go side by side through. But I can understand what you were going for. You were very much as Adaros just hits the back of Tropper. Tropper with a 5 seconds penalty. I think Adaros would have got 5 seconds as well. But it is very much, you need to ease off the brakes when you're behind the safety car, not just slam on them. And hopefully we can get underway. Hopefully there's not too much damage on these front wings either. I think I do have it on reduced damage just to avoid wing damage on the safety car and the such. And yeah, but Assassin's Ghost DNF was just tragic. Oh, as Rob Propol goes in a bit of a dodgy line, and that just gives Tropper the lead. Tropper will now be flying away on those soft tyres with Rob Propol and Adaros both on the 6-lap-old mediums, as Yernan's wet, looking aggressive to get past here. Can he make a move down this DRS straight? We should have DRS straight away, so expect that flap to jolt open. No, one more lap, I think. I think it's an extra lap after the safety car comes in, actually. Oh, some tussling going on here. Side by side into the chicane. Leaves enough room. Onto the inside, still enough room, a little bit of something did come off there I think, but eventually Rapid Sausage does wiggle his way through as Captain Mule's right in behind him. Frowning Cobra also right in behind him as well, going through the fast right-hander there, coming into the next right-hander, breaking it down. Frowning Cobra going deep there, trying to go all the way around, but obviously off the track. Oh, and he comes back on. That's not how you rejoin the track, Frowning Cobra. And that sent Hugh Jardon right into a spin, and he's best case scenario, he's out. He's limping to get back, I think. I don't see any damage, so he might just have got away with it and can carry on. Dropper there, new fastest lap. Really stretching his legs as Nok Chai drops into the pits in the Haas. Rob for pole on 7 laps on those mediums, and he'll be doing well. Just keep himself plodding on those mediums. Eventually he'll jump onto, he might go for an early stop onto the hards, would be the best bet for Rob for pole. So Tropper running away with it on those softs at the moment. Yanan's wet in third on a reasonably fresh set of mediums. He'll be looking to catch up to the back of Rob for pole. Adaro's doing well as well on those 7-lap-old mediums, as we just have a quick flick to the penalties. Yep, so Tropper's got the 10 seconds, Rob for pole 5, Adaro's 5. So all these penalties will come into play at the end, but for a first race, just looking at people's pace and how well they're racing on track, everything seems to be going pretty well. Obviously, we've had all these 5 seconds, but all these 5 seconds, like, most of them were like in the first lap off the line, and the other half pretty much under safety car. So once we've got that sorted out, we should be on to some decent racing. We just need to get people to leave a bit more room off the line and following around with the safety car. Still got 16 drivers in. Nok Chai is 20 odd seconds off the back, so DRS is enabled, so it is two or three laps after the safety cars come in, so usually didn't think it would wait that long. But Tropper has built himself a substantial lead. Yanan's wet is in behind just about a second. If he can just catch up a little bit, he might get the DRS for later. A couple more people getting 3 seconds penalties here, there and everywhere. And I'm just going to have another quick peek at Division 1, see what's going on there. My page doesn't seem to be loading. Quite a bit of black. Our stream seems to be working quite well. Yeah, Assassin Ghost, he nudged into me before the corner. Yeah, it was very side to side, and there was a lot of that just before the corner. Big balls going into a corner like that, so close to someone. I certainly would have lifted, and you had such a tight line as well. Obviously, the tighter you go into the corner, the more you're going to be pushed out to the outside of the corner as you come out. So that's probably where that kind of scenario kind of fell apart. Is he's taken the wide line, but he's just kind of staying wide for the whole thing, whereas you've come up the inside, and obviously the more you take on the inside, the more you get pushed out to the wide, and that's where you've kind of just eventually merged together at the end point. Yeah, as I said earlier, it's not really. Obviously, it's not a good scenario, but it's very hard to pick kind of who's at fault there, because it's 2 lines and you're both going around the corner at speed and side by side. Like literally, neither one was at front. Obviously, argument set for the person on the racing line, but you're so side by side, it's hard to tell who kind of really had the right of way, so to speak, on that corner. Chrissy. Bong Ai Rai, 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings, so we are stacking up these penalties, so it will come down to who's the cleanest racer, probably, as to who does the best. Still some very close racing here, though. Surprised how close people are. Very much like the Div 2 race yesterday, there was a huge gaggle of cars together with a few trailing off at the back. Generally, the ones trailing off at the back are people that have been involved in some form of incident at some point in the race and have had to do an extra pit stop or something, and that's just dropped them a bit further off the group, but they're still kind of roughly the same pace, so expect the guys off the back to either be catching or stay pretty level. They won't be dropping off as such. It should be either catching or staying roughly the same, as they'll still have reasonable pace compared to those around them. Tyre difference, you've got quite a few drivers now on the hards, and they must have gone on a little bit early. Rapid Sausage with the 9-lap-old hards, so he'll be going deep with the hards and then hoping to jump onto the sauce right at the end. And yeah, your Nan's Wet has been hit by the Mafia. Yeah, well, your Nan's Wet is the only one at the moment without the time penalty, so doing very well for himself. Your Nan's Wet fanboy. Are you a sibling, a spouse, a friend, a lover? What kind of relationship to your Nan's Wet are you? Or are you literally a fanboy? Like, do you? It seems racing.
Good evening, good afternoon.
Rapid Racing League has bailed. Looks like his internet may have gone. So hopefully we aren't too late with Division 3, that we missed Division 1. That's his wife. Your Nan's Wet fanboy is his wife, apparently. I don't know if that's a real wife or just a metaphorical wife, or we'll see. Your Nan's Wet is doing very well for himself though. In P1, no penalties. Very much looking to plastic wife. Very much looking to get himself promoted. He did very well in the Div 2 race yesterday, so hopefully he can move up to Div 2 shortly, as and when things are available for him. Rose into the pits he comes. On to a set of softs. They are not going to last to the end, so interesting call there, to say the least. Does get you pounding through the field quickly in case of another safety car, which is probably your bet. Probably looking for a safety car, or at least a VSC later on to come in and swap over. Does mean he's got rid of his 5-second penalty, and he is in the clean zone, so he will be making some progress, even if it's just due to the penalties. Bongai Rai, oh, what's going on here? Side by side, De Silva straight into the wall. Broad, was that with Broad? No, that was with... Yeah, it was with Broad, I think. Wrong eye right, so De Silva manages to get it out the wall. Got to be careful going around the circuit. And a little message to De Silva there. If you've got damage, get the hell out of the way of other people, as he's blocking again. If you've not got a front on your car, get out of the way of other people. It's not fair to be blocking people when you are driving around. If you've got no front wing, obviously you're driving around at like fraction of the speed of everybody else, and you're just getting in the way. So get yourself into the pits, put a new front wing on, and get yourself out there. He comes in, puts on a new front wing, serving a penalty, put the new front wing on. So Linguine on the back of his teammate Itzhak, both looking to pound round the track and gain some speed. It's Adaros in the Williams hunting down Rob for pole now. This is going to be interesting. So Rob for pole on the hards, on the long slog strategy, and Adaros onto the softs, looking for another chance to get trying to get there. Tropper and Hugh Jardon going side by side. Pretty, I mean, as clean as Div 3 racing can be, I guess. Hugh Jardon getting the move done down the main straight. Still going side by side. Didn't quite get it all the way ahead. Tropper there, managing to stay ahead. Well done, lad. Obviously, they managed to keep it reasonably clean as well, which is quite impressive. Going through 1 and 2 is hard to go side by side without oversteering into each other. So well done to them for at least looked reasonably clean. You know, I'm sure in their eyes it was very risky, but going through those corners is always risky. So if you come out alive and you've been side by side, you're doing very well. Rob for pole getting past Hugh Jardon. As Hugh Jardon goes straight across the chicane, Rob for pole also had to do a bit of a manoeuvre there to stay out the stay clear. As Chrissy coming up behind now has a bit of an overspeed. Rob for pole is certainly low on ERS. Goes for a tighter line into this very difficult corner to get right, as you really have to kind of let the brake ease off and follow it in round. Rob for pole going a bit deep there, as Hugh Jardon's a bit kind of all over the place just ahead of him. So Rob for pole looking to get past Hugh Jardon. With a bit of sinking issues there. Hugh Jardon comes into the pits, probably had some form of damage there. The interesting thing with the pit lane is that because of the way it comes in, you actually jump someone as you come into the pits, which is always a bit interesting. So he's into the pits, and that'll move him down the order. Chrissy in behind Rob for pole. Had a bit of the overspeed, of course, with the DRS. Tropper setting a new fastest. Oh no, Tropper with a 3-second time penalty. So Adaros also doing very well there with the soft tyres. Chrissy there going a bit slow and deep. Adaros picks up a time penalty. Oh, that's terrible. As Rob for pole goes very deep into that corner, allowing Chrissy to catch up. Rob for pole trying to get the line. So Chrissy will have DRS and ERS over the top of Rob for pole. What can happen here? Comes up for the move. Rob for pole pulls for the inside, and Chrissy just goes, "Thank you very much. I'll take well, it's the outside technically, but yeah, the inside line, correct line." And we're well and truly underway here with Chrissy with the faster tyre, really, as Rob for pole making a slight ink for the inside, loses out to Adaros, but goes using that proper line through there. Rob for pole really making a bit of a better line there than Adaros, as Adaros went a bit kind of deep into it, or not deep enough really. Yernans went into the pit with Linguine, so Itzhak, Bongai right, Rapid Sausage up to P1. Where did that come from? Sneaking it up. Well done, lads, as Broad coming down the start-finish straight, as Linguini dropping down the order as he's in the pits. Where's he going to come out? He's out of his pit box, so he should come out here. Here's freshly unique Cobra. Frowning Cobra is just coming down now. Where does this come out? Linguine just ahead of Frowning Cobra. Frowning Cobra does just have to lift off just to make sure there's no contact with Linguine there. Lifts off a little bit too much and goes a bit funky through corners 1 and 2. Rob for pole in P8. Looks like Rapid Racing League is back up and running. Round 6, Div 1. And I seem to be on the same thing twice, so I'll just swap one of these over. Rapid, me. Rapid Hendo. Myself. Me, myself, and I. Whoa, Adaros, where did he come from? What a move. Really ballsy there, as Rob for pole just looking to catch back up. I think he just needs to take a couple of laps, just easing off. Let the ERS build up. Just stay behind these guys. They're not, they're not. Well, Adaros might get past Chrissy, but I mean, you should just stay with them for a wee while. Just stay off that ERS and just kind of recharge. You're on hard tires anyway. Just kind of get in the groove, get a move on, and don't be fighting too much. If you stay off the ERS, you can stay within DRS range, and that just kind of keeps everything ticking over, because you're kind of ruining your corners by having to do kind of different lines to brake earlier and all that sort of stuff when you're following that close behind someone. Just ease off, stay within a second or so, about here. Just stay off that ERS and just follow through, and you'll be laughing by the end of the race. Bong Ai Rai then in behind Yunnan Sweat. Yunnan Sweat onto a fresh set of mediums. They're going to the end now, so Yunnan Sweat really in the hot seat here for the win. Rapid Sausage, expect he's done 16 laps, so he's been on the hards for the whole race now, pretty much. So he'll be looking to get a new set of tyres on. And could this be the chance for Rapid Sausage to stick on new tyres? Is that car moving? The car is moving. He's gone in anyway. He wasn't quite sure whether that was going to drop into a safety car or not, but he thought he'd take the chance. We've now got yellows in sector 2 and 3 as there's a Haas parked up, and it looks like it's got going again. It is going a bit slowly. Doesn't look like it's got too much damage. That is a knock shy. Still got his front wing, so he's fine and dandy to carry on. Broad on the fresh set of mediums, as is Linguine. Tropper gets promoted, as does everybody else, as Rapid Sausage and Zach are both into the pits. And as they come out, so here's Rapid Sausage, freshly unique, in behind Linguine, just coming out now. Zach comes out behind Linguine. So Linguine and Zach, very much team players, playing the team game. One pits slightly earlier than the other, and doing very well between the two of them. Tropper in P3, Bong Ai Rai in P2. So see how Rapid Sausage can work these mediums to try and get back to near the top end. Watch Yunnan Sweat. Wow, he's in P1. What's there to watch of somebody that's in P1? Well, we've got a Mercedes doing some funky stuff on the pit straight. I believe he's trying to screw his car up again. No, he's doing fine. Captain Newley in behind in the Alpine. Almost coming up to get lapped by Yunnan Sweat. He's just a little bit off. Bong Ai Rai from second position then into the pits. Hugh Jardon with a 3-second time penalty there, multiple warnings. And into the pits he comes then. Serving his penalty. And I believe if he only had the one, he will put him. No, he didn't have the one. He's still got another 9. So he won't be getting rid of them at all. Not even anytime soon. Not at all. So none of these penalties will be coming off really. Hugh Jardon is out. De Silva, Hugh Jardon. He's out on this sweeping right-hander here. Let's see if we can see the car of Hugh Jardon. there it is at a marshal post, so that'll be cleared up and won't be any form of safety car or anything like that. We don't really need to see the penalties. Most people have got 6, apart from Chopper with the 14. That's the best way of remembering that. Nokchai with another 3 seconds there. So Yunan's Wet is in P1, Adarose is 20 seconds off. So Yunan's Wet's pretty much got a whole pit stop advantage, which is pretty damn good. Hopefully he can keep it together for the rest of the race. And Zach and Tropper side by side. Tropper just getting the move done on it. Zach, oh, that's not good. Fresh set of softs losing out to an old, well, not an old, but a medium set of hard. A medium set? That's not the right word to use when you're talking about tyres. A average life set of hards. So Zach is in behind Tropper then. He'll be looking to get back past Tropper. Tropper does have arguably more pace, as we've seen. Oh, that is a bold move. You were never going to make that. And it sends Tropper into a spin. There was no contact there. So you can hardly say that Zach was to blame. Tropper was very much just lost it on the curb, but he's got enough speed to come back. And by Joe, I'm sure he will. Bongai Rai then is just up ahead. And Linguini not far ahead of him either. So Tropper got the work to do all over again, but don't discount him out. He will be up there in the decent places. Rapid Sausage though, up to P4 after his pit stop. Fresh set of mediums on. Rob Frapol ahead on the hards. Then in front of him is Chrissy, also on the hards. Chrissy picking up a 3-second time penalty there. So Rapid Sausage very much in a good spot, picking up P2 here. Chrissy going very slow. 82. Okay, that's the new guy messaging me. Cool. And Rapid Sausage. So Rob Frapol still burning all of his ERS. If he just keep it... he's gone to the right. Has he kept himself out the wall? Yes, he has. Good. Right, get back on it. Try not to let Zach pass. He's pretty far back, so you should be fine. Rapid Sausage then. Just got Chrissy to clear now, and then he can spread his wings. Virtual safety car. Now, who's best placed to benefit from this? People that need to make up a gap for a start. Tropper is always going to benefit from this, as he had his little spin, or whatever you want to call it, before. And a couple of guys jump into AI there. Bongai Rai. See how long Bongai Rai stays in AI. Hopefully he comes back out of it. I believe he's probably just wanting to chat in the chat, but hopefully he does come out of the AI. Yes, he does. Good. Don't want people sat in AI for too long, even if it is for VSC. Drive-through penalty then for Adarose. You really need to keep your Delta into the green. Not a good thing to let it slip out into... Tropper there as well with the drive-through penalty. That's no good. Hopefully he doesn't do anything stupid either. Be a real shame. De Silva, a 3-second time penalty. Dropper buddy, if you've had enough, just come into the pits and hit retire. Don't be doing anything stupid. Thank you very much. Or you can do that. That is not quite how we like it. So, that's why people get stuck on curbs. It's because they do something stupid like that and it sets them to the curb. Righty-ho. Well, I'll be having a word with Tropper, as that is absolutely not on. And there's half a car there, which is never a good sign. It would just goes straight through anyway, as De Silva's disappeared as well. So we're down to 11 drivers, which for Div 3 wasn't really unexpected, but it's always nice to see some guys doing some good racing in the top lots. For any of you guys watching that are, oh, Especially Unique just loses it on the curb. Oh, that's one of those ones where you really kick yourself. Just lost it on the curb. That's painful. Hopefully he can pick himself up, dust himself off, and carry on. So any of you guys that are racing that in this division or any of the divisions in Rapid Racing League, basically, if you're a little bit kind of flustered and you kind of, you know, want to cause mayhem, just take a deep breath and either carry on and try and do the best you can, or if you really can't handle it, just come into the pits and hit retire. It's not worth ruining everybody's day by driving around being an arse. So you need to be respectful for other drivers that, you know, yeah, somebody might have done something to you, but I can pretty much say the majority of these drivers, if not all of them, they're just trying to do their best, have the best race they can, and nobody's out to smack you up or anything. Broad is a little bit glitchy here, just a little bit of a funky internet connection going on here, but he's still driving his race, and it should only really be an issue when he comes up to try and overtake someone, which is what we're going to come up to now. So we'll see how the glitches work with this. Hopefully between him and Freshly Unique it should be a smooth connection, and it's only just what we're seeing that's a bit odd. Oh, Rob for pole! Oh, terrible! Oh dear, that was an interesting... there wasn't really much he could have done there. He just had to kind of start driving off. Yunan's wet into the pits, feeling smug. Comes into the pits for a fresh set of softs so he can set fastest lap. So Yunan's wet with the P1 at the moment. Got 2 laps to go, and Rapid Sausage in P2. It's Zach 3rd, Chrissy 4th, Bongai Ryan 5th, Linguine 21 6th, Broad doing well, just sticking around in far up the inside of it by the looks of it, as Freshly Unique decides to crash into the wall. Don't know whether that was on purpose or not. Really licked on purpose, but to each their own. Darrow. So a new front wing there for Freshly Unique. There you go. That's how you back out of a corner. Not everything is winnable. Eventually you do have to let things go, so well done there, Bongai right. We'll get Chrissy eventually. He is on the harder tire, you are on the soft. It's doable. Yernan's wet then, comes across in P1. Rapid Sausage coming down the main straight, burn all that ERS. For a nice P2, it's Zach, comes across the line, P3, Chrissy. Some random ghosted wheel in the middle. Drops down, Bongai Rai gets the jump with the penalties, Linguine in 6th, Broad to come across the line with a P7, and a Rose, currently in 8th, comes around the final corner. Across the line he comes. That's that Freshly Unique coming round. That's it for Rapid Racing League Div 3. So that's it for Division 3 even, and we'll be on next week for the next part of this. And I'm just going to quickly try and get out of this this lobby to make my way over to Division 1. It seems to not be letting me. So I'm going to stop my Twitch first, hopefully by then.